Hey guys, welcome to another Hooch report. Going off the last one regarding the Tin City Distillery fig brandy or grape and fig brandy, I thought it'd be fun to try an apple brandy. However, it's not just any apple brandy. If it comes from Normandy, France, so that's I believe northern France. You can call it Calvados or Calvados. I'm not really sure what the correct pronunciation is, considering I hear people say both. I like Calvados. I think it sounds cool, but it kind of sounds more Spanish than French. And what I have here is Berneroy Calvados XO. It says taste, tradition, the spirit of the apple. And, you see the bottle right here right now, but it came in a cool box where one side's in French, the other side's in English. And I do kind of look forward to trying this. I've made apple brandy before, but never had a Calvados. And I assume it's kind of like how cognac and grape brandy in the United States, they're similar, but it's just was the French were smart enough to patent the region, and basically only apples that are grown and distilled in this portion of Normandy can be called Calvados. And of course, it kind of has a more sophisticated sounding name versus just brandy. In my mind, brandy sounds, I don't know, it sounds more moonshiny. And I know this is the Hooch report, but definitely for marketing purposes, when you can have like a nice French sounding name, it definitely makes your alcohol seem more sophisticated, especially in a market as saturated as alcohol, where it's really kind of hard to market yourself. So I'm excited to try this. I got it from Bevmo, and I think it was about $50. So not too bad. And let's get into the bottle. Alright, so before I guess we go into the bottle, I'll kind of show off the box a little bit. I think, the box thing, it's kind of like a gimmick to make it seem like you have a premier kind of package. You see it a lot in cognac, but, it's pretty neat. It has some cool apple illustrations on the front. The family name Berneroy, Calvados XO. And it kind of just feels like a little bit more sophisticated than, a run-of-the-mill bottle. I think normally you could probably get them for like $20-$30. So this being $50, it's a little bit more premium. They do have a little narrative here, and I'll read that. Calvados, one of the world's finest spirits, has been produced in the historic French region of Normandy for at least 5 centuries. The Calvados Berneroy Master Blender employs time-honored methods and finely owned expertise to create this distinctly fruity Calvados, capturing the essence of local orchards. Countless varieties of traditional cider apples are harvested at the peak of ripeness, then processed and fermented and distilled in an antique copper still. Only after long years of quiet aging in specially selected oak barrels does this exceptionally aromatic spirit develop the rich color and complex apple character worthy of the Berneroy name. An exceptionally rich and expressive Calvados, whose complex flavors of baked apples and subtle oak culminate in a long, memorable finish. Savor Berneroy XO neat as an after-dinner drink or on the rocks. So, pretty nice and descriptive kind of way to, tell the narrative of their family distillery. When you get to the bottle, you get a lot of gold. Again, trying to market itself as kind of like a very sophisticated product. Kind of simple, just regular kind of elegance to it. On the back, the only thing different than from the bottle, as I mentioned, is the Berneroy Master Blender employs time-honored methods and finely owned expertise to create this distinctly fruity Calvados, capturing the very essence of the local orchards. So, always kind of nice that, they're doing an ode to the place that it's from. On the top, it's pretty neat. There's kind of some tin foil, but it has like an apple stamped into it, so you get a nice little detail on the front. I'm really big on the little details that make it kind of stand out. On the foil wrap, you do have the Berneroy signature, which is really cool. And other than that, I think the only downside to this bottle is when I was trying to take photos of it, because it's very reflective compared to some of the matte bottles. It may not be the easiest to read, so hopefully you can bear with me there. Other than that, it feels sophisticated. So overall, nice bottle design. Definitely something to have on a nice drink rack where you're gonna have a nice dinner. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so let's see if I can crack open this bottle. Seems pretty easy to see what the pull tab is, so I'm gonna give it a shot. Nice. Good news is plastic cap, but has a real cork oak cap or stopper, which is always a plus in my book. Definitely smells very strongly of apple, which is very nice. It's very aromatic. So let's see what it actually smells like in the glass. Yeah, it's almost like a concentrated apple. The smell just smells like concentrated apple. Like if you were to put a bunch of apples and sugar into like a water base and just distill it down until you left with this really kind of pureed, overwhelming apple base. And that's not a bad thing. I do like the stronger flavors. I do like big nose on it, because it smells just like a nice apple crisp or cobbler before you put it in your mouth. So I'm hoping it tastes similar. Okay, it has has hints of like brown sugar and almost like a nuttiness to it, which may be attributed to the oak barrels that this was aged in. When they have oak barrels, they do toast the inside of it, and believe it or not, there are carbohydrates in wood. So when they're toasted briefly, it does release it does kind of turn those carbohydrates into kind of a sugar that over time can leach into wines or distilled spirits, which is why like the type of wood that you barrel age a spirit in does have an effect on flavor. What I'm aware of is that there's like American oak and Hungarian oak used a lot in the wine industry. I'm sure there's probably maybe Hungarian oak if it's cheaper to get a European barrel into Europe versus ordering from America, but I could be wrong. So you do get, again, kind of that nuttiness and brown sugar, and then it does kind of layer itself like a constant kind of apple flavor. It starts like really kind of sharp and juicy. So like if you were to bite into an apple and you get that really crisp apple taste, that's how it hits your tongue initially. And then as it spreads out, it gives you a how do I want to say it? It gives you just kind of like a apple pie kind of flavor. So it starts as a crisp apple, then it transitions into an apple pie. It doesn't burn. It has a nice warmth to it, but yeah, definitely not like a harsh burn. It just feels warm and good, much like the Tin City Brandy, where that get a kind of raisin on the back end. That one had more grape undertones, but this one is distinctly apple. I think it's, a wonderful taste. I would absolutely kind of have this as a little, I don't is it called aperitif or digestive? Yeah, something like that. I may have butchered it, but it's, a little shot of alcohol to pair with your dessert. And yeah, I'm happy with this. I haven't tried a low quality Calvados, so I can't give you the estimate on whether the $50 bottle is really worth more than a $30 bottle. But I definitely do think apple spirits are very lively, warm, and frankly exciting. So with that, thanks for tuning in. Feel free to subscribe. And until next time, keep sipping.